Hi, I'm back to talk about stelliums again because there was a question and there's going to be a lot of questions. So I figured let's just pull up the charts and take a look at them one by one so you can see all of the nuance and all of the ways that people can argue that they are or not. So this is all to say there's a ton of astrologers who would tell me that I do not have a Pisces stellium, like tons. So take this for what it is, like stelliums by definition, stelliums are 3 to 4 planets. So that would be, in astrology, that would be Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and that's it because it's traditional astrology. Some people add on Uranus and the outer planets, right? So Uranus, Pluto, Neptune. Am I missing one? Anyway, the actual planets, like they wouldn't count nodes, they wouldn't count the ascendant, they wouldn't count the MC, they wouldn't count the descendant, so they wouldn't for sure wouldn't count asteroids and fixed stars and all of this stuff. So like it is what it is. So my first answer to this chart is no, not a stellium. But if that feels wrong for you and you want to say you have a stellium, go for it. Like, I'm not going to tell you no. There will be astrologers that will tell you no and get very angry. But like it really depends. But I'm going to tell you why I say no. We're going to look at it. Okay. So here's the chart that we're looking at. It's May's chart. Sorry, May. I hope that it's okay that I'm sharing this. I will actually ask you before I post it. So here are my thoughts on stelliums and why I don't think that you have a Virgo stellium, even though you have 3 points there, counting the North Node, and why I do think that I have a Pisces stellium, which I'll show you again very quickly so you can see mine. So I have 3 here as well, right? So it's like, well, you have 3, I have 3, what's the difference? Right? Because we both have our North Node conjunct our luminary, etc. So I can see why you would be like, yeah, like, okay, cool. Then I also have a Virgo stellium. And maybe you do. I'm not here to say what you think, but I'm here to tell you what I think. Okay, so let's go back to May's chart. All right, so here are my thoughts, friend. So these together don't make a stellium, right? My planets together don't make a stellium. The only reason that I say I have a Pisces stellium is because on top of having the sun, which is the main luminary, you have the moon there, another main luminary. So check, check. I also have an inner planet, which is Mercury or Venus. Those are the inner planets. They're the ones that are in between the sun and Earth in orbit, which make them more directly influential in our lives. So that's one thing. The other thing is sect. So sect is not something that we've talked about here. But I have a night chart. May has a day chart. So with a night chart, Venus is the benefic of sect. It's a benefic planet. So I have Venus in Pisces with the sun, a benefic planet, and the benefic planet of sect in my chart because I have a night chart. Directly partile, which means to the exact degree, conjunct my North Node. So May has Mars, which is not one of those 2 inner planets, and it's also not a benefic planet, and it's also not in sect in the chart. So May has a day chart, which would make Saturn the malefic that's in sect. Mars is the malefic out of sect, which means Mars is actually super hot in a day chart. So sect, it's not something that we've talked about here, but it does make a difference in the way that I see stelliums and energy. So that's another difference. The other difference is when we tack on another layer, we talk about rulership. And mine is a Pisces stellium, And so we speak to Jupiter and Neptune, the modern ruler, Jupiter, the traditional ruler, and Neptune is partile conjunct, same degree conjunct my ascendant, which I also give weight to. Mercury is the ruler, modern and co-ruler of Virgo, and Mercury is in Taurus, which doesn't really have any kind of dignity, right? So I can't really look to the rulership to say, oh, okay, there's a mercurial theme here, right? Like maybe if Gemini or Virgo was your ascendant, which then makes Mercury your ascendant ruler, then I would say, okay, yeah, there's the additional Mercury that I need to do the 3. So anyway, so that's another thing that I would look at, the chart rulership and where the ruler of that stellium energy that you're looking for is. And then there was something else that now I am not remembering. Oh, so if we want to tack on more stuff like asteroids, I also have, in conjunction to my Pisces stuff, I also have the part of Fortune, and I have Pallas Athena very close to my sun. So that was just because of the comparison that I wanted to give. I wanted to just show very quickly, if we tack on then the main asteroids and parts, lots, if you will, we would look to see if any of those are here to add to that flavor of energy, and they aren't. So I wouldn't say that you have a Virgo stellium. I would say that you have Moon conjunct your North Node in Virgo. You know, Mars is co-present. You know, with its ruler conjunct one of your inner planets, Venus, and your MC. So like, yeah, I see the Virgo energy for sure. Would I call it a stellium? No. Would I be mad if you did? No. Like that's, you know, I'm not gonna be here and fight you, but some other astrologers would. But you know, the nuance, friends. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that helps, if you want me to look at your chart. And then yeah, we'll go from there. I appreciate the questions. I get messages from people. So remembering that most of the people here on Patreon are, and this is a general comment, most of the people here on Patreon are neurodivergent. And a lot of people don't like to ask questions publicly. They don't like to have, you know, like whatever. So I get a lot of like private messages thanking me for these videos where I answer questions that other people have asked. My point in saying that is thank you to those of you that ask the questions, because I almost always have someone else here that appreciates me answering it. So they also had those questions. So thank you for your questions. Thank you for allowing me to use your chart as something for all of us to get a better idea around how I was looking at this energy. And feel free to ask any other questions. I know that it's a topic that I'm super wishy-washy on. So there's other astrologers that you can find talk about stelliums who are like, this is the way it is. You know, if that resonates for you, go for it. You know, I'm not here to tell you to use something like stelliums. Like I'm not going to get in a fight about it. Like it's not that big of a deal to me, but some people it is. And so whatever feels right and organic for you around stelliums, I'm not here to yuck your yum. Okay. That's all.